Let's look at one of the three energy storage bins, and this one happens to be probably the most singularly important one to the pilot. It's important for several reasons. One, because there's a lot of energy there, and two, because the pilot has such excellent control over the energy from this particular storage bin. This is your forward speed energy plotted versus airspeed. Now I've chosen in this case to express the energy in terms of horsepower seconds, because I believe a pilot can probably visualize a horsepower second better than he can a foot-pound or a kilowatt-hour or some other unit of energy. 1 horsepower second of energy is the amount of energy required to produce 1 horsepower for a period of 1 second. For instance, if I'm at 90 knots, I have a whopping 800 horsepower seconds of energy stored. That's a lot of energy. That's enough energy to produce 100 horsepower for a period of 8 seconds. Even at 60 knots, I have 350 horsepower seconds of energy stored. Again, enough energy to produce 100 horsepower for a period of 3.5 seconds. However, once I allow that airspeed to get down to about 30 knots or below, I have less than 100 horsepower seconds of energy stored, and to make matters worse, I cannot even recover all of that, because I cannot flare the helicopter to 0. I may be able to flare it down to perhaps 15 knots, but not all the way to 0. So I have very little energy stored at 30 knots or below, and I cannot even recover that. So while it's extremely important in high-speed flight, still quite important at moderate speeds of 50 or 60 knots, frankly, the forward speed energy is virtually worthless once you allow that airspeed to get down around 30 knots or below.